Welcome to the golden minutes. The golden minutes. I mean this when I say it. This to me is by far my favorite topic. I know from the bottom of my heart, without a shadow of doubt, this subject alone is going to give you the biggest return on your investment, both with your time and financially, both with your time and money. The golden minutes. You're thinking, what on earth is it? The final stages of the auction. You're selling at a price the vendor's happy with. You're about to knock it down and sell, but not anymore. You roll up your sleeves and you methodically have conversations with each and every single underbidder. And from now on, from this day forward, when I arm you with this information, you'll be working harder than ever before at the final few minutes of your auction and extracting bids from bidders even when they said they're out and they meant it. You're going to set a new benchmark of what is possible, and you're going to live up to that benchmark week in, week out, week in, and week out. You think that I'm all talk, just talking big, trying to get you excited, cliche auctioneer sales talk. I get it. I know what you're thinking. This topic is going to change your auctioneering career. And if it doesn't, it means that you didn't implement it properly. Just go back and watch this all over again. The golden minutes. Where does it live inside the signature system? Let's take a look. The Auctioneer Masterclass signature system. We started off with the position piece, the strategy chat, the pre-auction setup, the snappy intro. Then we worked our way to the explore phase, the opening bid stretch, the bidding flow, walking the floor. And here we are at the sell phase of the auction. The property's on the market and we're about to sell. This is where we roll up our sleeves and dig deep inside the golden minutes. The underbidders have said they're out. The highest bidder thinks they're about to buy. And one of the biggest mistakes that auctioneers make in this moment in time, they concede defeat and think that the auction is over. Let me get really clear in relation to what's happening in this particular moment at the auction. Actually, before I do, let me tell you a story. I started my auctioneering career approximately 9 years ago. And one of the first auctions I conducted, I'm not going to say I used the words I lied, but to be honest with you, I kind of did. I told a potential client that I was much more experienced than I really was. Fake it before you make it, some people say. I faked it, and he could tell that I was faking it. I conducted the auction and it sold for what I thought was a good price, but something felt weird, something felt peculiar. And I received a phone call 2 days later from the prominent inner eastern Melburnian agent, and he told me, Brent, you knocked down that property way too quick. The underbidder that I was standing next to was going to bid again. 2 of my colleagues were standing next to other underbidders. They were both going to bid again. The vendor was listening to what was going on. They felt you knocked it down too fast as well. And to be honest with you, I'm never using your services again. It was extremely blunt. It was incredibly painful for me to hear, and it knocked me for 6. I was down. I was flat. I was trying to make my career. And to be honest with you, I was depressed. And after crawling up in a ball for God knows how long, I told myself, I'm going to rise up from this. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to get stronger. And the one thing that I promised myself is I'm never going to receive that feedback from a client ever again. No one for the rest of my career was ever going to tell me that I knocked down a property and sold it too quickly. I looked myself in the mirror and I said, Brent, I'm going to flip this on its head. The only feedback that I'm going to get ever again in my career on this topic is when an agent tells me, hurry up and sell this bloody house. You are taking too long. I need to get out of here. There's no more money left on the table. I looked myself in the mirror and I promised myself I'd flip this feedback on its head. So what did I do? I locked myself in my living room. I drove my girlfriend absolutely crazy, staring myself in the mirror, pretending that different objects in the room are different bidders, and dragging out the final stages of the auction for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I went nuts. And I promised myself never again will I knock down a property too quick. This became my business's ethos. I grew a team of independent auctioneers in Melbourne off the back of this topic. We became the most booked group of auctioneers within 2 years of me opening up that business. And I know that it was because of the golden minutes. The same will be true for you. You're new starting out. You've been auctioning for a few years. You've been auctioning for 10, 15 years. Let's turn things up a notch. Let me challenge you. I'm going to be the driver of this subject. You're going to be the passenger, and I'm going to show you the hill that we're climbing. And I'm going to show you how beautiful it is up there. And we're going to go for a ride. And I'm going to accelerate. And we're going to go fast paced. We're going to go far, wide, and we're going to go deep. And I'm going to be the driver. You're going to be the passenger. But when I'm done with you in this coaching program, you're going to step into the driver's seat. You're going to implement the golden minutes in each and every single one of your auctions. And when bidders say they're out and mean it, you're going to methodically inspire them week in and week out to bid again higher than what they planned. Let's go to the workbook and let me set the scene before I go into the coaching content. In this moment in time, the property's on the market, the reserve price is $1 million, we're at $1,076,000 and we are selling. Property's on the market. The vendor's inside, it's $76,000 above their expectations or below their expectations, but you're on the market and the vendor's comfortable to sell. They're happy. All the bidders, you've asked them, are you in or you out, sir? I'm out. Are you in or you out, sir? I'm out. Are you in or you out, ma'am? I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Every single bidder said that they are out. In this moment in time, the highest bidder feels as though they are now definitely the buyer because all the bidders said they're out. It's taken ages, and here you are, you're about to sell. In this moment in time, the selling agent that you're auctioning for expects the property to be sold in the next 60 seconds. It's done, he or she says. It's finished. We've exhausted all our options. In this moment in time, even you as the auctioneer think you're about to knock it down and sell. Imagine the auctions you called, the most recent auction, an auction a few auctions ago, that moment when you chose it's time to sell. From now on, when you get to that moment in time, you've got two options. Option one, you sell the home. Not you anymore. Option two, you enter into the golden minutes. You enter into your new uncomfortable zone, which you will eventually feel comfortable with because it will become a playground that you're a master in. Now, the problem for you, if you don't do this, the problem for your vendors, if you don't do the golden minutes. Number one, the bidder regrets stopping. They wake up 3 days later or the following day, scratching their head, thinking to themselves, I wish we bid an extra grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand. Because if you have a look at it, with a 2% interest rate and another $10,000 bid, $200 for the whole year of interest, now we need to keep shopping around. We've been shopping around for a few months. I wished I bid further. You can change that. You can inspire them to bid further in the heat of the action. The other problem, if you don't implement the golden minutes, missed listing opportunities. You won't make future sellers' ears prick up because you'll just be like the other auctioneers. Another problem, you'll leave money on the table. Vendor might be happy, selling agent might be happy, bidders think they bid to the limit, but you could have converted them to bid higher. Money left on the table. The other problem, it's just another average performance from you and your team. Now, here is the opportunity. You methodically introduce the golden minutes to each and every single one of your auctions, and you will be selling for the absolute highest possible price, hands down, no shadow of a doubt. Other opportunity? You wow future sellers. You'll be irresistible, indestructible. They will not be able to auction their home without engaging in your services. The other opportunity? More bookings for you as the auctioneer, more auction listings for the agent. The other opportunity? You create a new benchmark most importantly for you with what's possible, a new benchmark in your marketplace with what's expected. All I'm asking for is a few extra minutes of your time. At every auction, I'm just asking for 3 extra minutes. Let me simplify that for you. All I'm asking for is 3 extra minutes. Here we are. The intro, the property description, the rules and regulations. 4 minutes. The opening bid right through to the point in time where you would usually knock down the property and sell it. I don't know, for argument's sake, let's call it 13 minutes. Could be 23 minutes, 33 minutes, whatever that period of time is. This is just a hypothetical. All I'm asking for, this moment here, when you would usually sell, all I'm asking for is an extra 3 minutes. The golden minutes. Now, before I finish this video, I wanted to reflect back on the world-class auctioneers model. I introduced it to you in the introduction of the program. It's a pyramid with 4 layers. Auctioneers are average, good, great, and world-class. We're going to world-class if we're not there yet. Now, there's a very clear dividing line between a good auctioneer and a great auctioneer. An average and a good auctioneer, passengers. A great and a world-class auctioneer, drivers, dictating the play, making suggestions. Everyone else is your passenger, you're the driver, the influencer, the leader. To go from average to good, we simplify our performance. To cross over from good to great, we take charge from passengers to drivers. And to go from great to world-class, we introduce precision and flow, an out-of-body experience. Precision and flow, world-class. This is exactly where the golden minutes live. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get to work.